What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Champagne Leatherwork. I'm Ronnie Champagne, and today we're going to take a trip down memory lane and talk about some of my favorite things that I've made from the past. All right, so welcome back. Today we are talking about some of my favorite builds over the past couple of years. They're not going to be super pretty. Some of them are used quite heavily. Some of them are from when I first started, but I just kind of wanted to talk about like where I've come from and kind of what I plan to do maybe. And I want to express some of my favorite products that I've made for myself and for the people around me. These builds have a very special place in my heart because for the most part, they are me stepping out of my comfort zone and trying something new that I'd never done before. And I was actually super happy with some of the results in a lot of these. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in the first product. So this was the first major thing that I've ever made. This is a tiny card wallet. I don't know, I made it for my fiance. It's got a little pocket on the inside. It's not the best made. It's really hard to get anything in here. But this is the first time that I ever made anything of this scale, and it was maybe a month after I started working on leather. This thing took me so long to make because I had no idea how to saddle stitch at this point, and I saddle stitched this entire thing. There are hundreds of stitches in this thing, and I did everything by hand. And back then, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but the thread was impossible to pull through. I don't know, I didn't punch them good enough. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Every single thread in this thing was painstaking. It took me multiple hours to stitch this whole thing, and it was a task and a half. But in the end, as terrible and shitty as this thing is, I am so proud of it because this was the first time that I ever not only designed something myself, but put in cool little features to it. Like sometimes she's taking this and she's kind of taking this on her own, do its own thing. But this thing was the first thing that I had ever designed that is truly by me, and I took it and I made it, and I don't know, it just, obviously I would never make anything like this again. This is terrible, it's a super awful design. But it holds a special place in my heart because it's the first thing that I've ever made, and for that, this is number 5. All right, so number 4 is my daily driver, if you want, and it's this wallet. So this is the Eris wallet. I have this in other designs. This is in brown, and this is the Eris Cash Pocket wallet, which will have this little flap here. But the reason why this one is so very important to me is because my band, Sky Swamp Orange, released an album called Odium, and the album color theme was red, black, and white to it. And so I wanted to make a wallet to me that represented that. And I did this, and you could see some pictures on my Instagram. This thing came out beautiful. I'm so happy with it. As you can see, I've used it for the past couple years. I don't have my cards in here. I just have some example cards. But this thing was absolutely one of my favorite builds. I just love the color scheme to it. I love the red stitching with the black. The red with the red looks great too. And then the red over the tan there also looks great. This was my first trip into like a colored leather design. And I'm actually probably going to have some form of this in my store eventually. I love the color scheme. The black and the red I think just looks so good together. But this is very sentimental to me. I use it every day. This was actually like the first semi-final design for the Eris wallet. As you can see, there's this like little kind of weird foreskinny thing here. I don't know, sorry. But that was actually later changed on a different version. I rocked this so much that I was able to determine a flaw that I didn't like in this. And so it takes it from this big and it chops it down to like that big in the newer design. So this in particular wallet not only helped me finalize the final design for the Eris, but I just love everything about it. It's been great to me, and it reminds me of my band's album that we worked so hard to put out, and everything about this, I just love it so much. And that's why this is number 4. Okay, so number 3 is this tote bag that I made, I think last year, maybe the year before, I don't know. I think it was last year. This was the first time that I broke into like a real bag design. We actually use this when we go to friends' houses. Inside, it's got like a little keychain holder There is this little pocket in here. This is the first time that I ever tried out this folded pocket design, and it was the first real time that I actually made anything with my Sailrite Fabricator sewing machine. So although some of these didn't come out with the best tension, this thing looks great. I am so happy with it. There's obviously a few flaws, like on here, the stitching, I didn't like how it came out at the bottom. But this thing, for my first tote, I think this thing is absolutely beautiful. I love this so very much, and this is definitely something that I'm going to be selling in the future. I might go with a different design for the straps. I'll probably burnish them. This is chrome tan leather. This isn't like veg tan or anything, so I don't know if I'm gonna stick with chrome or veg for bags. I might switch back and forth. I don't know. That's something in the future. I'm so far from bags right now, but this will definitely be one of the designs. This is the first time that I ever worked with rivets. On this one I did rivets. These are kind of rough on the inside, but the first time ever did that, and I think it came out pretty damn good. So when I made this and when I finished it, when I turned the bag inside out, I was actually incredibly impressed with myself, and I was super happy that I made this. There's obviously a few things that I would love to fix on this, but this I thought was a great start and showed me the potential that I know that I could be doing. That's why this is number 3. All right, product number 2. This thing is definitely one of my favorites because I think it came out absolutely beautiful. It's a little Dokit bag. This is like a travel bag that you can take with you. You can do whatever you want with it. This was one of my favorites because I kind of reverse engineered another bag that I had, not made out of leather, but it's by another company. And I kind of used that as inspiration for this half of the bag because in that bag, it kind of clips over, it stays there, but I liked how it had like this unique tip to it. And then at the other end, I wanted to make it more of like a traditional kind of Dokit bag. So I kind of combined the two, I reverse engineered it. And this is the first time that I've ever worked with a zipper, and the zipper came out so good. I'm very impressed with myself on this one. The zipper works great. I got great zippers, and I was able to work in these like little pull zipper tabs that work great. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Definitely super proud of where this came from. I actually have another video idea for how I came to make this one. I have this medium that isn't leather, but it kind of is a similar thickness. And I was able to prototype a couple of those before actually wasting any leather, which I'm definitely trying to do. Like, leather comes from animals. I'm not trying to just use and waste the product before making it. So this was definitely something that I'm proud of because not only did I not waste leather making it, but I also made something that I'm proud of. And I'm definitely going to be selling these as well at some point. And that is number 5. All right, so we did 5, 4, 3, and 2. This is number 1. This is a purse that I made for my lady, and this thing has been well used. This is a design that came from Diesel Punk Row. All right, so this one was a little difficult because I had to punch every single hole individually. And not only that, but I wanted to do some kind of unique design up here. This little witch kind of craft thing is something that my fiance is very much into. She likes that stuff a lot, and I wanted to kind of make this more personalized for her. So what I did is I put in this little design in here. It's not the greatest. I didn't do the best job on this, but I really liked that I made it original. I put the black leather with the brown leather here, and I thought that was kind of like a cool witchy vibe. And then I put the stitching in this blue here. And this blue, when I first put it in, it was very vibrant, and it popped, and it was almost like a little ritual, like it was kind of glowing. And I thought that was super cool. If I were to do this one again, I would definitely do a better job on the little sigil thing here. The strap here in the video, he recommends using a magnet for this. I did not have that, and I would probably definitely use that because she didn't like how she had to unstrap this every time she came through. Where I dropped the ball the most on this one, but it's okay because I can detach these. It's definitely the strap. The strap, I used a single ply of 3 to 4 ounce leather, and this thing just did not hold up. It stretched a little bit, especially over here. You can really see that stretch in this piece right here. It elongated the holes. I could honestly, if I really pulled hard enough, I could probably rip this in half. This strap just did not hold up. I know that for the future now, and I'll probably do something way better than this if I ever make a purse like this again. This is not something that I'm probably gonna sell in particularly, because this was a design by Diesel Punk Row, and I don't wanna steal his design and sell it. And I think I'm just gonna leave this as something that was memorable to me. But he's got great patterns, great designs. Check him out, dieselpunk.row. And yeah, this is definitely my favorite thing that I've ever made. And I surprised my lady with it, and she was super happy with it. All right, everyone. Thanks for spending time with me and checking out projects that I made that I'm really proud of throughout the years. Maybe at some point I'll do a sister video to this of things that I am not proud of, things that I have failed on, and I think that's really good to show that side of creation, because I feel like we spend a lot of time focusing on all the things that are great and perfect and awesome, and we don't spend any time focusing on the things that led us to get to those. So I think it's really important to acknowledge your flaws and see where you've come. And then it makes you a little more human, I guess. But yeah, if you could hit that subscribe button below, I would really appreciate it. But then again, you don't have to do that, because I'm not your freaking sister, dude. I'm not here to nag you all day long and complain about all the things that you find awful. I'm not her. So, but I mean, since I'm not her, maybe you can hit that subby button. Well, I'm never gonna say that again. Nope, nope. Thanks.